I 100,000% believe that women have a big job to do right now. I believe that it's starting. I believe that it's our time. And I believe that we are going to play a big role in how we progress in the world from now forward. And I know I'm not the only one who believes this. And I also want to say that there is a problem where we are not owning who we are and we're not owning our value. And this is exactly what is holding us back from being able to do it. And it's not until we start owning who we are and our own value that we are going to be able to do what we need to do here. And this is why I do my work. It's really what I believe in my core. And it really, at the root, it's all about self-love. And I really do believe that self-love is the answer, not just for us on an individual level, but on the collective level as well. And I know a lot of people talk about this, and it can be very hard to understand. And I want to explain why I believe self-love is the answer in this week's episode of Law of Attraction series. So keep watching. So I wasn't always aware of this, obviously. And, as many of us aren't. But after doing all of this work and creating the work that I've created and doing it on myself and on others, I can truly see and 1,000,000 gazillion % believe with every fucking fiber of my being that self-love is seriously the answer to our problems in this world. So when we are not, you know what? I'm going to start with what love is, okay? Because I feel like that's part of the problem. We don't understand what self-love really means or what love really is. We hear love versus fear, choose love, choose love, choose love. What the fuck does that really mean? This is what it means. Love, real love, is unconditional. It's acceptance. It's pure acceptance for what is. What is in yourself, what is in another human, what is in the world, what is in general, what is going on in the universe, whatever. It's pure acceptance for what is as is. That is what true love is. Yes, there is the kind of love where you are adoring someone. And yes, there's romantic love with, candlelit dinners and all of that. And that's all wonderful and good. But true love is unconditional. And it's not about romance. It's about acceptance. The opposite of that, fear, is about judgment. So when we are judging, we are putting conditions on someone. We are putting conditions on something that it has to be a certain way. When we are doing that with someone else, it's because we're doing it with ourselves. So however we are judging others is how we judge ourselves. And when you see someone judging someone else, you can know that they're actually judging themselves, whether they are aware of it or not. And often they are not aware of it until they start going down this rabbit hole. But as you become aware of that, you can start to accept these different parts of yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because we are all of it. This is what all of my work is based on. This is everything that I've learned in the past 5 years. Like I've said, we are all of it. We can all be every trait. We can all be or feel every emotion, have every experience. We all have that potential within us. It's all within all of us. And as we accept those things that we don't want to own inside of ourselves, the good, the bad, and the ugly, we start to have more compassion. And it is through that compassion for ourselves that we are then able to start having more compassion for others. And you will know this. I know my clients and community already see this when they do my work and they start, especially in my Easy Money program, because it's pretty deep. And they will start noticing, oh, look, this person, I think one of my women in there, not my women, but one of the women in there, she was saying, look, their triggers are showing. And you can start to see people with new eyes. And it helps, you actually start to see them with more compassion, almost like a child, like you would see a child. When you start to see your own inner child, you start to see others in that way too. And the more compassionate you are with yourself, the more compassionate and accepting you are of others and all of their beliefs and their differences and all of that good stuff. And the reason that we are not accepting of others, that comes from fear, that comes from judgment, that they are not right, they are not good, they are bad. And that's where the term hurt people comes from. So big things like ISIS and the wars and all of this stuff going on, if you drill down, these are people that are in fear. They are scared. Everyone believes they are right, right? ISIS believes they are right. Trump believes he's right. Trump supporters believe they're right. Hillary supporters believe they're right. Everyone believes they are right. But really, it's about accepting who you are as you are in order to be able to accept others as they are. It no longer becomes about right or wrong. And the more that we hold on to those judgments about ourselves, the more pain we feel. The more pain we feel, the more anger we feel. When we're feeling powerless, that makes us angry. That makes us want to take back our power. That makes us rebel against society or the rules. That makes us, do things out of anger, do things to hurt someone else because we are hurt. That is why we do those things. And when we can let that go within ourselves, it starts within you. It's reflected back to you. It's reflected back to us as a collective. Those things will start to fizzle out. And I don't believe, no, I am not saying that we need to go to ISIS and start giving them seminars on self-love. I'm not about to do that. It's not what I'm saying. What I believe needs to happen is the people who are ready for it over here. I don't know where over here is, but I'm making like categories on my desk here. The people in this category, my women that I'm talking to right now, the people that are ready for this work are going to create a ripple effect. And I feel like it's already happening. I feel like it's already happening. And the more that we do it, the more that we see people with compassion, the more that we can help others start to see themselves and then others with compassion, and children, the more our children are going to grow up differently. When oh God, if I knew what I know now when I was a child, my whole life would have been different. If my mom knew it, my whole life would have been different. If her mom knew it, their lives would have been different. For the better, right? And I know I have a lot of moms who watch this, and the greatest gift that you can give your children is to do this work for yourself, because the way that we teach self-love is through doing it for ourselves. So as we do it for ourselves, we can then do it for others, and things start to shift. And the more of us that start to shift individually, the more that it will shift collectively. And it really is that simple. It's not always easy, but it is that simple. And I feel like it's our duty. I feel like it's my duty. Like my work feels like my duty. And yes, it's fun and it's easy because it's aligned with who I am, but it also feels like I feel very called to do this. I feel very like I have to do this. It feels like it's a non-negotiable. I have to do this. And I know that a lot of you have that inside of you too. And I want you to follow it, because it's really us women starting to rise up and starting to be able to own all of who we are, so we can do the things that we want to do in the world. And it doesn't mean that you have to be the one to save the world. Whatever you are drawn to is the right thing for you. If everyone would just stay in their fucking lane, we would have harmony, right? So I want you to start to pay attention to that and start to honor that and start to honor yourself. And that's really how you get there, by honoring yourself, by honoring your beliefs, your intuition, your opinions, your ideas, your desires. All of that is intuition. All of that is leading you to more of who you are. And the more that you honor those things, the more loyal you are being to yourself, the more committed you are to yourself. And this is how you will start to foster this relationship of acceptance with you, or with yourself. So as you drop all of the shit that's holding you back, you start to go back to your natural state of true unconditional love, which again is true acceptance of yourself. Okay, so I want to talk about self-care versus self-love, but I'm going to save that for another video. So stay tuned because I have that one coming up. If you have more to say, I know this is a big topic and it can be, if it's new to you, hard to understand. So if you have, questions about it, post them below. And I will see you soon in another episode of the Law of Attraction series. Hey, before you go, I want to tell you about something that I have coming soon. It's a free workshop on how to go from overwhelmed frustration and an acute case of comparisonitis to ease, freedom, and flow in your business and in your life. This is what it's all about. It's for female leaders, artists, and creative entrepreneurs who have turned their dream freedom business into another unfulfilling, soul-sucking job. To see what you're going to get, go to susanf.com/freedom and flow. Sign up there. You'll get an email and you will be notified as soon as the workshop goes live in a few weeks. So I hope to see you in there and I will talk to you soon.